One of my clients, she's lovely. She's called Sarah. She grew up with parents that were very, very quiet parents. They didn't ever argue. In fact, if they had an argument or a disagreement, never really got to shouting, it was just more of a disagreement, they would both leave the room. And they would even go to sleep on an argument and then come back the next day and try and work it out. They'd talk and they'd sort it out. Now, Sarah fell in love with Mark. Mark is Greek. Don't know if any of you know or have Greek friends or family. I lived with Greek twins for a long time. Very fiery, and they argued it. His parents argued it out in the room, smashing things, shouting, screaming. But that was how they resolve conflict. Your conflict resolution strategy will say a lot about you. A lot of us will shut down and not say too much and back off because we don't want to have the argument. But if you're with someone whose conflict resolution strategy is, well, I'm not going to leave the room, that would be disrespectful, then you stay in the room and you fight it out. So when Sarah and Mark get together and they're married past the honeymoon phase, right? What happens? Sarah's feeling really unloved because when they have a disagreement, Mark will raise his voice. Mark will shout. He'll throw things across the room. She doesn't like that. She feels uncomfortable. She feels disrespected and unloved. What does Sarah do? She wants to leave the room. She's like, I need to sleep on this. That's horror for Mark. He's like, what do you mean you're leaving the room? I feel disrespected, totally unloved. But actually what they're doing is what they feel is the most loving way to resolve conflict. But they're both doing it in different ways. They've both got very opposite conflict resolution strategies. So again, think about what your strategy is for resolving conflict in difficult situations. Do you shut down, or are you someone that wants to stay in the room and sort it out? You don't have to be fiery, you can do it in a nice way, but maybe your partner shuts down and doesn't want to talk about it. So again, it doesn't mean that they don't love you. It doesn't mean that you don't love them. It's just raising your awareness of what's really going to work.